The Raiders' heartbreaking near miss, a tale of what could have been. The Las Vegas Raiders' recent clash with the Chicago Bears was a game of contrasts, leaving fans and players alike with a bitter taste of what if. Despite a valiant effort, the Raiders fell just short, losing by a single point in a match that could have easily swung in their favor. But here's the real kicker. This loss wasn't due to a lack of talent or effort, but rather a series of self-inflicted wounds that ultimately cost them the game. And this is the part most people miss. The Raiders' resilience and potential were on full display, even in defeat. To put it plainly, the Raiders didn't execute well enough to secure the win against the Bears. However, they still came tantalizingly close, which makes this loss all the more frustrating. The game could have spiraled out of control early for Las Vegas, but they managed to stay competitive until the very end. Before the potential game-winning field goal was blocked in the closing seconds, the Raiders had already committed 3 turnovers in the first half. 2 interceptions by Geno Smith and a fumble by Ashton Jeanty after a fierce defensive play by the Bears. Smith's struggles continued in the second half, throwing his 3rd interception on the Raiders' first play, marking his 2nd game this season with at least 3 interceptions. But here's where it gets controversial. Was it Smith's individual performance or the team's overall execution that led to this heartbreaking loss? Smith took responsibility post-game, acknowledging his need to improve and not sugarcoating his mistakes. "I owe it to my teammates to play better," he said, highlighting the team's strong preparation and effort. This raises the question, how much of the blame should fall on individual players versus the collective strategy and execution? Despite these turnovers, the Raiders stayed in the game thanks to 2 key factors. First, their defense was stellar, holding the Bears to just 3 field goals in the first half and limiting their offense on 3rd downs and in the red zone. Maxx Crosby, in particular, had a standout performance, securing his first career interception and nearly adding 2 more, along with 3 pass deflections, 3 tackles for loss, and a forced fumble. This leads to another point of debate. Can a team consistently rely on their defense to bail them out, or is it unsustainable in the long run? The second reason for the Raiders' competitiveness was their explosive rushing attack. After weeks of struggles, the Raiders' ground game came alive, rushing for 240 yards, 23 more than their first 3 games combined. Rookie running back Ashton Jeanty had a breakout performance with 155 scrimmage yards and 3 touchdowns, while Raheem Mostert added 62 yards in his Raiders debut. This begs the question, is the rushing attack a reliable strength moving forward, or was it a one-off performance against a vulnerable defense? Yet, despite these bright spots, the Raiders fell short. Their offense struggled on 3rd downs, and they lost the time of possession battle by nearly 7 minutes. Even their stout defense couldn't hold off the Bears' final drive, which resulted in the game-winning touchdown. So while the Raiders can take pride in their fight, the question remains, is this a silver lining or a missed opportunity? Devin White's reaction sums up the team's sentiment. "Hell no, you can't be happy about losing nothing. The NFL is a results-driven league, and at 1-3, the Raiders aren't meeting expectations. But as they prepare for their next game, the bigger question is, can they turn this close call into a catalyst for improvement? Or will it be another season of unfulfilled potential? What do you think? Is the Raiders' near miss a sign of things to come, or just another frustrating chapter in their season? Let us know in the comments.